Hello everyone, my name is the Lego Kid 2003, and we're playing more Genshin Impact. that's basically it. In the last stream, we did a little more of the Archon quest, got to know the desert a bit better, and we started to learn more of what the heck the academia is up to, and we learned about these scholars who went mad, who are known as village keepers in the desert, and we're trying to figure out why the academia suddenly wants them back, just out of the blue. Anyhow, since with that little synopsis out of the way, let's get started. And of course I do have my saved wish counter right here, currently locked in at 85. So I almost have enough to get me all the way to hard pity. So yeah, that is a thing. And oh yeah, and as of this stream going live, we are currently 20 days away from version 3.2. So that means 20 days until Nahida arrives. So that means, at minimum, all Nahida Wanters have 20 days to save up as many Primogems as they can. So, yeah, like, since we're so close, any Nahida Wanters that are watching, do not spend a single Primogem from here on in. Not even on resin. Unless you know that you can afford it without losing any wishes in the process. And of course, save up as much as you can, so you can have a bit of a buffer in the event that you lose your 50/50s. Anyways, as you can see, I have the El Volumen all nice and up, right from the Elzar Hospital. Bam. Oh, don't tell me we're dealing with heavy lag this stream too. No.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Well, that's a thing. I should have been suspicious when my computer was running super smooth. Oh, wait, no, never mind, we're good. We're good, we're fine. I think, I hope. Possibly. There are moments where it's okay, but just bear with me for a little bit. It's not as bad as last week. It's getting better, but it's still kind of bad. So just bear with me. Knock. Stop with the skipped frames, hush.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
And I still have to click off to get everything nice and smooth.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
You can call me Daddy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why is that?
Could only result in conflict.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
I can't promise anything, but I'll do the best I can.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation.
Alright, knock on wood. It
But
seems like it's
even
starting to
so,
smooth out.
We've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believe
I
in.
immediately jinx it.
We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Stop being my mouthpiece, Javita.
I want to trust you.
Javita.
My apologies for
Goodness
posing my
gracious.
questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come
Any
back for more
Spanish speakers
information.
watching this on Twitch or YouTube, I'm sorry I pronounced the H. It was a slip.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru.
Oh well.
Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Well, that seems a little
Yeah.
cruel.
Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll
I'm just
keep your
messing around
secret.
with stuff. Oh, well, okay.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
That's concerning.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Excuse me? Could you make out where the sounds were coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
We should probably check it out. To mess with this. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. I'm just kinda messing around with the game capture settings. Trying to find a way to make the game capture work. Whatever. I'll figure it out. Eventually. Need to check the
Yeah,
hospital.
let's go!
Yeah, eventually I'll figure out what the heck is going on. And I'll get it all solved. So I go to the Elazar Hospital. Are there any statues? Okay, so what I can do is go to this statue here, heal, go to this waypoint, and then go southeast from there. So, yeah, I'll do that because I really need to heal. Because if I don't heal, I'm gonna die. And yes, I did jump ahead, explore the area, and find the Dendroculus that was there. I wanted to fill up the statue. There it is. I'm gonna quickly try to. Stream lagging. Let's stop with the skip frames, dang it. Let's check what the frame rate is, just to be like fully sure that it's yeah, graphics quality lowest, display mode this, FPS 30, VSync is on. Yeah, it's at the lowest frame rate possible, so VSync is on, render resolution, shadow quality, visual effects, sound effects, environmental detail, anti-aliasing, blah blah blah, motion blur, bloom, crowd density, color objects, subsurface scattering. So you would think that... Yeah, it's at like the lowest thing possible. Apparently that counts as full screen. And then all the other ones are windowed. So apparently this is full screen. I don't entirely get why. Because if it was full screen, then what happens if I turn it to... Oh gosh. Okay, that did something. That made everything worse. Let's see if this does anything. Let's literally just mess around and try and find something that works. So... Oh gosh, that made everything worse. That made everything so much worse. So yeah, let's bring it back to what it was before. Okay, so that is the full screen. There we go. So that's what full screen's like. Oh yeah, my computer does not like that one bit. My computer hates that. Okay, so let's try and find a windowed form that works. That my computer actually likes. Okay, so not that. Possibly. Yeah, because the lag is still pretty heavy. So yeah, it definitely hates full screen. What about this? Oh, how does it take that? It's taking it a little better. Just a little. Let's turn it down one more. Let's go down another level. Let's see what it's like with that. You know what? I'll stick with this until we can find something that works. Because it's definitely gonna take a while for me to figure to remember what the frame rate for everything else was. Because I'm pretty sure there was like a specific frame rate that was like the sweet spot. So it's just finding that again. Just remembering what that sweet spot was. Because yeah, it's not full screen. I know that. Just gonna need to experiment and just try and remember what that sweet spot was. What was it? Was it this? No, definitely not. I think it was that. Oh gosh, no. Oh, my computer hates that one too. Oh my gosh. What was it, I wonder? Let's just keep it at this, and then I'll try and remember what it was. There are like slight moments where it's able to break free from the down frame rate, but it's just finding that point is my past streams to try and figure out what it is. You know what? I'm gonna be right back. Alright, so I couldn't find it. I could not find it. Wait, did I finally... Okay, so hopefully, the second I click... No! Ah, shoot. I thought I found it. Okay. So I couldn't find the specific graphics that I had. So I'm literally just gonna have to mess around with what's... No. What's this one? No. Definitely not. Possibly? It's gonna look squished. Yeah, my computer absolutely hates that one. You know what? Whatever. We're just gonna deal with this one. I wonder what happens if I crank the FPS up. How much it just hates me. Oh, yeah, it still hates me. It still hates me for it. Okay, I should really stop dilly-dallying. I should really stop messing around. Turn it back down to 30. Eventually, I feel like I'll be able to remember like what the settings were. One thing I'm gonna do is delete the game capture. Because honestly, it serves no purpose. There. The display capture, of course, does serve a purpose. Because that's what I'm using to actually... Yeah, I know. Have the game showing. So hopefully eventually I'll get to a point where I can oh gosh. Where I can stream this again. Comfortably. But for now it's just extreme lag and that's it. We have to deal with a lot of lag.
Ooh, is this the place? It's in terrible
You guys are just
shape.
gonna have
And
to
there's
deal with it.
monsters! Watch out!
I'll plan to do a test stream so I can like remember the settings I used. Oh gosh. Ow. No, I have an idea. I have an idea. Hold on real quickly. I'm gonna move this around. Yes, I can. What happens if I just switch to this one? If I just switch to this. What happens then? How much is the game just gonna absolutely hate me for that decision? Oh gosh. Who's going over there? Bring this back up. Let's just take this opportunity to experiment some. Let's now.
Out of my way.
Oh gosh. Delects me a little more. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Okay, no, never mind. It hates me the normal now. Never mind. It still absolutely despises me. So yeah, I'm just gonna switch to the home. Back to this. Back to Genshin hating me in this one. Actually, I feel like there's something on my shoulder. I'll deal with it later. Oh wow, now the lag's worse than ever. Which one did I have it on initially? I think it was this one. Yeah. Yeah, sadly we're just gonna have to deal with the lag for the time being. I think a good computer restart might be in order. I don't really know. But we'll just have to I will, however, heal. I will eat the food. Because, yeah, I have a lot here. I have a lot of food. And I might as well make use of it. Okay, hush with it. Skip frames. I don't care. Yeah, I'm really sorry for the immense amounts of lag. I don't. It's gonna take a little bit for me to like optimize the timing. But whether I should like, oh no. You know what? Burst. I'm bursting. I'm bursting up. See, I don't really. Oh well, I died. Okay.
Germinate!
Okay.
As one with wind and cloud.
There. And then restore you. Stay with Bowser for just a little bit.
The wind knows me.
Yes, I know about the
That
frames.
hurts!
Ow.
Everybody stand back! Wind strider.
Okay, we're good. It's basically a PowerPoint. But we're good.
Useless.
We're good. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Get out of my
We
way!
are not losing health. Everything's fine. I'm extremely well.
One with nature.
Yeah, I don't really get it. It's, yeah, first if I can't use the whole, like, any lag that you guys are getting, I'm getting too long, because that's no longer the case. Secondly, and also the fact that I just don't remember the exact settings that I used. Ow. Okay, that's back. There. Good grief.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
What were you even expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that.
Huh.
He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
I'm just gonna relax.
This is the one.
Oh yeah, there's a pedestal there. Or a monument. I keep calling them pedestals. They're called monuments, not pedestals. I don't know why you're so
Let's go in
surprised.
and
You've
take
seen
a
me
look.
mess around with so many of those. Carefully search the hospital.
Hey, we haven't found Squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then,
Dinner date?
I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read?
Sounds
What
like
are you
something
reading?
I
Let
do.
Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
Is he reading a physics book?
So, you got that?
Nope.
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while
Hey,
either.
Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway,
Yeah, with 2 plus
it's
2.
not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Okay, Paimon's the best. Goodness.
Paimon's getting so sleepy.
The heck is that? What in the name of the 7 was that?
What was that sound?
That's
There
what
it
I
is.
was wondering.
It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
I might literally have to take a break from streaming Genshin for a little bit.
It's from below.
Until I can, until I
There's
can
no
figure
way
this
we
out.
can get down there.
'Cause, yeah,
Something is
honestly,
off about the interior here.
I did. I'll figure it out
As
eventually.
I thought. There's a hidden structure.
I'll keep streaming Genshin,
Wow.
but yeah, eventually
Like
I'll.
they tucked
I'll
another
figure out
hospital
what to
into this one. Oh, it looks like
It
there
will
are
take a
other
bit,
mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
do. Alright, Black City, here we go. Look for the objective in this area. Investigate the elemental monuments around the hospital. Okay, so we're definitely gonna need the Traveler. Without a doubt in my mind. Where are the different ones? I think there was one up here, if I remember correctly. Up in the this. Was there? Yep.
Propagate!
Oh, pre-made. Run on.
Scatter!
That's one. So is there 2 more within this area? Where? Oh, I see one over there. There's 2. There's a hole. Oh, my gosh. How do I get out? Okay, there we go. And then there's one off in the distance. I'm gonna heal. As you can see down at the bottom, I have 13,000 primos. So, yeah, if somehow within the next 20 days I end up getting 3,000 more primogems without spending money, then that is 100 free wishes right there. Of course, there's a pretty good chance I'll be able to get there anyway. Like, I'll be able to wish 100 times. Even without getting there, because I still have the 85 here, and then the Stardust and Star Glitter, so. Because counting the 5 wishes that I can get from the shop, I can technically wish like 90 times. So I can get myself to hard pity just off that. But I'm extra, and I want to guarantee Nahida and get her in as few wishes as possible so I can save for the next Archon. That is my plan. Gosh. And since this one has a barrier around it, probably gonna be combat. Wait for it. Yep. Scared off that Unagi. Ow.
The wind knows me.
Go away.
It's fine.
Ow.
One with nature.
Ow.
Into the wind.
Most of those artifacts could be better.
The wind knows me. Useless.
So they kind of had to deal with what I have. Oh, good grief. What else? Oh.
Propagate.
You know what? I'm just gonna burst it and destroy it.
Here.
14k. Yep. 6k, 14k. 6k. You can still kind of see what's going on. I apologize.
Scatter.
So change town scale filter, FPS, increase specs. Lots of stuff. Settings. General. Straight. Output. Maybe. Audio track 1, encoder, profile, keyframe interval, recontrol Blu-ray latency, keyframes. Okay, so it seems like I can't really mess with this while I'm streaming. Oh well. Advanced. What's in there? Audio recording, replay buffer, stream delay. Retry delay, maximum retries. Lines to IP. Game overlay. Oh, that's cool. Appearance. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to mess with all of this later. Okay, calling FPS values 30. Okay. I don't really think that there's anything I can do right now. Sadly. the win rate is absolutely awful. Holy cow. So let's refresh the stream manager here. Make sure everything's okay. And then get right back into it. Yeah, for now you guys can just watch Ether. Ether's idle animations. I tried foolishly figure this out during the stream. Whatever. It'll fix itself eventually. But for now, it's Lag City. I honestly feel so bad that you guys are dealing with so much lag. Like, there are moments when it's okay, but like a good chunk of the time it's just absolutely horrible. Yeah, that's a good frame. Let's do that in here so it's not as busy. No, of course not. Because it enjoys being difficult.
Look, there's someone over there.
We need to be careful.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Or just run straight at him. Just backwards thinking.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
Are filters for these? Holy cow. Huh. Learn something new every day.
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner.
Hold on. Try something.
The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Alright. Let's test.
Why
Let's
did
lag
you say
test
that?
now.
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Okay, it's a little better when I closed Discord. Only a little. Oh, and of course, just got the cutscenes. blind guy who went mad.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Oh, so it looks like the
Correct.
key of
The
it
academia is behind all of this.
Oh, jeez.
It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's
Yeah, like,
resurrection,
part of the key
emphasizing
is
the role of the
making
village
sure that
keepers,
Discord's
the mad
closed
scholars who
when
were
I'm streaming
exiled to
this.
Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one
Still
further
good.
advantage to the academia.
Skipped frames.
All the
but
risks and responsibilities
bad.
are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed: the scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility
don't
is
wanna
that the
know.
information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
I mean, where else would it
With the
come from?
technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night, when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
How do you
I'm the
learn
Academia
this?
scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
That can't be right. Most of the mad scholars had made contact with the divine consciousness in the forest. It also states to assume knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the Doctor, and the Balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to
The
try
look
to
on
be
your
a
face
Balladeer
tells me
into a
you've
god.
realized the answer.
The Academia needs people who have been exposed to the divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules.
Well, that makes sense.
Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything
Also, I'm gonna
has its
bring
boundaries.
everyone's attention real
If
fast
those lines
to
are
these
crossed,
2 meters
the
right here.
rules and order
You
that
can
govern
see
everything in the world will be
the
destroyed.
goals.
This matter
The blue one
needs
right
to be
here is the
corrected,
follicle, and the
just
green
like
one is
fixing
the
a typo in a
subscriber
book.
goal. So hitting those buttons would be a huge
Didn't
help.
you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be
Like,
callous, but no.
Try my best
My
to stop
criteria
making
are a
these
little more
streams so
restrictive than that.
scuffed.
There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well.
Because
What do you plan to do about
yeah,
that?
this doesn't make a whole lot of
Save
sense.
every last
Because
person?
I
Probably not.
opened the game, like I've always
Paimon's
opened the
not
game
sure.
first, and then started the stream. But whenever I started the stream, then opened the game, it's not like the lag is super bad. So maybe for the next one, I try starting the stream, then opening the game.
You can say that.
I don't know.
Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want.
That's fair.
The Divine Knowledge Capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
He rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility. He justifies his actions because they're true to his personal. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
And Alhaitham's hot. So what do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us.
Okay,
We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
that makes sense. Anyways. Lag. And back to our village. Bam. I'm wondrously curious what happened. Yeah, well, I'll figure it out eventually. I'll figure it out. Let's once I find out what all of the what settings I used.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
Hey Candace.
What's the
Hey, it's my Sumeru boyfriend.
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Probably.
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Care to share your thoughts?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I know.
Never takes me out to dinner.
You have a point, but I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Well, this should be good.
If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the Academia academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind them.
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
Holy cow, La Adita is getting smarter.
I must go.
So soon.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
Isak, no.
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Alright.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you!
Of course.
Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
Like, in here, the lag isn't as bad, but the very second that I leave this building, it's gonna become super... It's gonna become as laggy as it was before I entered the building. Watch this. Just watch. It's gonna become super laggy. Yeah. It's gonna happen. I told you so. Is there a waypoint nearby where we need to go? I mean, yes, but also no.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Like, it's fine when I'm gliding, but the second... Like, I sound like a broken record. Yeah, but the second I hit the ground, it's super bad. Oh well.
So, where do we go from here?
Do you remember the right
Yes.
time?
After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Okay.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert. But I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
Paimon, you fly.
Okay,
You're cheating.
okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what? Grandpa, I hope you're okay. Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Great.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
But running on sand is so tiring.
Paimon,
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Hello. How's work?
How's my baby boy doing?
I'm doing alright.
Voices,
Worked from home
over
for
there.
most of the day. I had an appointment I had to go to.
It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
This work alright?
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never mind.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia?
Yeah, pretty good.
Why would you? Dia! Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamacha.
Ready?
I'm running.
Dear, you'd be better off as my
Wait, so you're running
assistant
too?
than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means and methods,
normally runs the
and my
Thursday night
ideals are far more admirable than
He
theirs.
said he's tired of doing it, so he has to be followed.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed,
So
Raman.
this isn't
You
your
of all
tournament
people should know
specifically,
that.
You're just running it in someone else's place.
What's going on,
Well,
Dia?
taking over.
Whose side are you on here?
I'm gonna be doing it on Thursday nights.
Shut it, Paimon.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
Huh. An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
3,000 is what I should aim for. Okay. Gotcha.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Rahman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
So I'll just add for this string.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Tia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Tia! Run!
So she's gonna lose an arm. Okay.
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Tia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Please don't do that ever again.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
Probably because he is. That's just how he is.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Y'all return to our village, rest in your rooms. What are the chances of success? What are the stakes? There's no way of knowing.
Reduced to just standing around.
Okay, so let's do that. Almost. So yeah, after this stream, I'll adjust the bitrate cut in half, and that should solve any lag problems that we have. Gather at the entrance to the village.
They're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
Let's teleport. Does it look like that, huh? Best way around this. Let's go. I'm good.
I've been collecting anything Volkswagen for like 27 years, and I've seen this car quite a bit, but very rarely have I ever seen it in a box. This is a great piece. 200 bucks. You got it. He worked. I know he worked. Here's the test right here, Dan. Cooked. Batteries running. Yeah, it's not gonna run again. About $75. I think that's right.
That was not a good idea. Okay,
Mechanical ones that move. 50 bucks.
underground one. Let's go to the 77. Just go a long way. I forgot that waypoint was on my island. Oh, there's. Fighting scorpions today. Well, I need 4 scorpions. Scorpions today. Man, I said that I wouldn't waste more time, but I tried this. I need to get this. Make sure that the robot's not saving. There's more here. Okay, there's that. There's that. That's fine. I'll figure out how to get those later. Because right now we have an archive quest to do.
They got here before us.
Seems so.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You really didn't touch it.
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
I guess that's Isak's grandfather?
Grandpa!
Yep.
Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
That's where the cutscene's gonna start. Or is attempting to start. One, two.
first thing in the morning. I had to go yesterday and I have to go tomorrow because one of our offices in Tampa is moving to a new office, and so I got to get all the IT stuff, all the servers and firewalls and all that stuff set up before they start moving. And then on my birthday weekend, I've got to go Friday and stay through Saturday. I spend the night there. Come back Saturday, and then go back on Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, wow. Also, I can't believe that your birthday's in just a couple weeks.
I know. But
Crazy.
so yeah, I don't know if you want to on my birthday weekend, if you want to come over on Saturday, or if you want to come over here by yourself, spend the night by yourself. I'll be back Saturday afternoon. But I have my tournament, so I'm going to be going from Tampa to the tournament.
I think I'll be alright hanging out here by myself.
Okay.
Alright.
What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Yeah, it's improving, kind of.
Don't you see this blade here?
Coward. Why are your hands shaking?
Oh, now it stopped working again. What?
Paimon's dizzy.
Alright. Seems like everyone's intact. Did fall down though.
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance. The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body.
No doubt.
The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Grandpa?
Grandpa?
Grandpa? Oh no. He's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
There used to be a temple here?
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to the Scarlet King's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise the Scarlet King!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
Probably will.
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
Yeah, buddy.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of the Scarlet King's civilization appear. 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. Or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. The Scarlet King will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
I will. Do it later. Certain upstairs rooms. These as part of the whole floor, the recommended. I gotcha. I think we are approaching the end of the Archon quest.
It's full of life here.
Just in time too.
This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
It really is.
Sir Raman,
What, huh? Me?
Now look up behind you.
do you see another Raman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kinda strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
It is gonna get interesting. Proceed deeper. Runs.
Into the wind. Useless. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Germinate! Boring! Shut it! The wind knows me. I'm going in! Boring! Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. Boring. Disappear. Here. Worthless. Here. Worthless. Boring.
Elevator will descend to the ground and go on top before it starts
knows it. Spring forth! Prepare to die! Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Everybody stand back!
Just that one over
Useless. Get out of my way!
A sight to see. The Scarlet King's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of the Scarlet King.
Seen deeper within the realms. First needs to be Ethan.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Can't sprint, can't attack, can't do anything but walk forward. And there we go.
Wait. What's that?
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
These are Scarlet King runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient Scarlet King script?
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
He's not serious, right?
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life. Is it trying to tell us something?
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from the Scarlet King's civilization in this gravesite. I'll transmit the information over and project it for everyone to see.
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the circumstances, I'd prefer you to see this for yourself. You'll understand after watching it.
Be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. The Scarlet King brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping the Scarlet King to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memories.
No, impossible.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. So the former Dendro Archon and the Scarlet King were never enemies at all.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers, they're clearly...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason for you to doubt the Scarlet King's technology. You've just witnessed his priest's last words.
I've never heard about any of this before. The surviving followers of the Scarlet King all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. We refused to believe any of the rumors. The Scarlet King's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, it was all Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's doing. We saw her as nothing more than a traitor, who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans, fighting, feuding, double-crossing each other to survive in the desert.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't witnessed his last words with my own eyes, ears, and heart, how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth is so far from what I've always known. Am I really supposed to believe that after all these years, all this time seeking revenge, suddenly now my enemy is my savior?
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, tell me, my Eremites and I, what are we even fighting for?
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. Thanks. I should probably go. Can't just stay here forever.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. I feel deeply ashamed of everything I've done. You'll get everything you're asking for. But please, give me some time. After everything that's happened here today, somehow I need to explain it to the others.
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where our camp's located. Make a note of it.
When would be a good time for us to go?
Tomorrow, I'll convince everyone that we're all on the same side. And I'll return every last one of your your village keepers. We'll share our other resources with you too.
You seem to finally understand that our true enemy is the sages.
Yes. The gods never gave up on anyone. It's the people responsible for all this that need to face the consequences of their actions.
That must have been rough, but he seems to have figured things out now.
Ramon's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no easy feat. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in the Scarlet King. But now that that's changed, I guess we have a few more people on our side.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back, have a proper meal, and a nice need all our energy tomorrow. Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.
Okay. So let's get out of the domain. Also, I found out why my streams have been so laggy as of late.
Why is that?
I've been trying to stream at double the bitrate I'm supposed to.
Yep, that'll do it.
I'm supposed to be streaming at like around 3000 to 3500, and Streamlabs has the bitrate set at like 6000. So once the stream ends, I'll cut the bitrate in half, and that should fix everything. Yes, sir? Yep, I did figure it out. After a little bit of Googling. Okay, I'll deal with the waypoints later. Because I have a thing to do. This is to take table. Before I do that.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is thanks for agreeing to help.
Ah, don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, we're allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
That should be good.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Of course, it's people in academia. Why would it be?
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
No one can hear you scream in space.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you.
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no. Make it quick, please. Swift and painless.
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Sino, they turned pale like they've seen a ghost.
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
It's worse than being torn.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to other methods.
So, your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
They, wanted to extract canned knowledge.
Don't play dumb. You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry.
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
May I ask one more question?
Be my guest.
The Sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they?
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
We have our ways.
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities. The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, do you wish to create a god?
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Zeb-Zerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
Now every puzzle
But how do
piece
you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the Scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that implies, Scribe Al-Haytham. If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
The sage's end products won't be Frugivada. It'll be the Validator.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom. This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god, why try to create another one?
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But upon evaluation, they found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata had indeed passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
Apparently. Even now, they still refuse to acknowledge Kusanali. I never imagined a god could be subjected to such cruelty.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two scholars, they're coming too.
Sure, as you wish.
I go back to the village chief's house. I actually read that as when Sonomi's hydro. Unusual.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The two new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
It's hard to not feel weighed down by what we just learned. Despite everything Kusanali's done for people, the Academia has abandoned her in the sanctuary. Realized she's protected and never realized there's such a small child like God.
Say something! Stop spacing out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water and try to think about something else.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh, Paimon's so coming with you.
Do you have any plans, Traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
I want to share everything I know.
So you were still withholding some information?
Yes, I'm sorry, I have my reasons, but now I know we're all in this together. Tea. Wonder if it was green tea. Expression is relaxed. Unaffected by heavy conversation. Someone has a firm and solid expression on his face. Of course he does. Nathan also turns toward the crowd he wants to listen to. Story comes out. Study on everyone will affect the same goal. Stopping the ballad here.
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
That's everything we've experienced so far.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
It seems like there'll be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
Indeed.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
I think so.
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
And there we go. Act 4 is now complete. I believe we have another traveler constellation. Possibly. Yep. And 4 more of the, let's go to the character menu. Okay. Just update one tiny little thing. Yeah. Alrighty. If you guys enjoyed this extremely laggy stream and you're on the YouTube side of things, then please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, stay awesome. And if you're one of the lovely people who decided to take time out of your day, afternoon, or evening to come watch this stream live, or you're here for the 2 weeks that it's on Twitch before I transfer it on over, then please be sure to drop a follow and maybe even a subscription if you haven't done so already. And as always, long live the rebellion. See you guys next time. Bye.